are Virgo, born August 23rd to September 22nd, what can you expect for the month of November 2018? Let's tune in and find out. So I feel like you start to focus, and it might be that you're considering change. It may be that you're kind of tired of what you're doing, tired of the status quo, and you may be starting to think, maybe it's time for change. Now, you could be somebody who's already moved on and moved to a new place, or you could be somebody who's, and you're therefore now you've already made one change and now you're looking at some additional changes, or you could be somebody who's, wants to that's been on your mind for a while and you've wanted to change and you don't quite know how to do it. I think this month you're going to get some additional answers and more definitive answers about what you really want and the direction you want to go and where that change is, because I feel a little confused in your guys' energy. Like, do I want this relationship? Do I, where do I want my career to go? There's this, I feel like a little bit like it's a little bit in a fog. I do feel like part of that could be the Venus is retrograde, and that has to do with our love, our money, our fun, and we can become a little confused, a little apathetic. That's going to be moving forward November 16th, and you'll get a boost, and you'll be able to have much more clarity and excitement about the direction that you're heading in. And I also feel like there's more self-love that will happen towards the end of the month. So some of you may be licking your wounds over some things recently, but I do feel by that middle of the month some positivity coming into your life. So now, speaking of romance, let's look at those of you that are already in love and coupled romances. Let's see what's in store for you for November. I think that as you move into November, there's more of an exchange of ideas, of, self-acceptance, accepting of the other person. Maybe there's some things that came out wrong in terms of your communication. So I feel like you're now starting to kind of create new lines of communication and starting to look at things a little bit differently. For those of you that aren't getting along, there may be that you bring in a therapist or you bring in a friend to help you communicate and to help you speak to, the other's language. You may be reading books. You may be doing, going to, any sort of therapist, whether it's a religious therapist or whether it is a self-help book or a traditional therapist. I feel like you guys are looking for support in your relationship, and I think that you find it, and in fact it's going to move you into the direction of having better communication and better self-awareness. So it's like this energy of kind of being overhauled in your relationship in a really nice way. So there is opportunity there. I wouldn't give up on the relationship unless you've already made that decision and you know it's not for you, because I do see a lot of help coming in this month. And for some of you, it might just be the help to end things and the help to, just to finalize the details. But for the rest of you, I do feel like it's just, we're up in our game, right? 2.0, right? So it's that new love. Let's move into those of you that are single and interested in romance. What can you expect for the month of November? For some of you, you are just happy to be not in a relationship. Like, thank God I got out of that relationship. Thank God I dodged a bullet. So for some of you, I just really feel like you're just enjoying being single, having fun, showing up when you want to show up, setting your alarm, doing, just not being bothered by all the things that we have to kind of give up when we're in a relationship, right? Where we have to be a little more aware. If we wake up early, we got to be quiet because of our partner. All these little things that we do to make life happier for somebody else. I just feel like you guys are in this phase of like, yeah, I don't have to worry about that. So it's this kind of happy phase. Now, for those of you that, are lonely and really want a partner, or maybe it's not just about loneliness, but just because you'd like to have a partner, I do think there's ample opportunity for you to have fun. I don't really see, the good news is that I don't see you needing to force it to be anything, and you shouldn't. The reason why is because as soon as Venus goes direct on November 16th, we have Mercury that goes retrograde that same day, and will stay retrograde until December 6th. And that's the planet of communication. So if you're meeting somebody new, it's, you don't see everything about them. So you're not going to know everything that's happening in their life or who they are. Even if they tell you, it doesn't register, it doesn't stick. And then when it goes direct, the 7th, 8th, or 9th, all of a sudden that other shoe drops and you're like, what? I didn't know that about you. Or wait a second, are you telling me that, you eat meat and I don't? That's disgusting. I can't date you, right? We all have these little, guidelines as to what feels good to us. And if you take the relationship slow, then it's not such a big deal when you find out these deal killers, right? Then it's like, okay, well, it was fun while it lasted. And if it's something that's really good, the relationship itself, meaning it's really good. When that Mercury goes direct and you find out that little nuance, you can go, that's not a problem, because we're at the beginning of this relationship, and let's try it, let's work it out. So you just have more options if you're not head in first, right? So you want to slow down, enjoy the relationship, enjoy getting to know multiple people if that's what you want to do. And then in December, you can make some determinations about the relationship or the person that, kind of comes to the top, right? So it's really an opportunity for you to go have fun, not put too much pressure on yourself to make anybody be the one. And if somebody, shows up, you'll know that around in December, right? As to, wow, that's really what I was waiting for. Okay, let's look at career and money for Virgos. So I feel some worry, Virgos. I feel some worry about money, but I also sort of feel like that maybe they're a lot for you, that even when you have money, you may worry about money. It just may be part of your nature. Let me look and see what else in terms of money. There is a partnership opportunity that somebody may invite you or want to pull you in. I would be cautious about that, only because there's not a lot of clarity right now. I would gather all the information, and I would tell them, you know what, let's just talk about it. And by the end of the year, I'll have a better sense if this is something, that I could see us moving forward with. That way you're well out of Mercury retrograde, and now you have Venus's support as well. So you can really see the different angles in which this new partnership can happen and the positive things about it. And just as, the same in reverse, right? You can also see what's not working, if they're going to be a pain to work with, if you guys have the same styles or not, if you complement or if you butt heads. So whatever comes up in the area of work, I would just, in partnership, I would slow it down, I would slow roll it, I would gather all the information, and I wouldn't make a decision until next month. As far as money goes, I feel like there's plenty of money. I feel like you're collecting money. I feel like there's lots of opportunities for you to, let me see, there's something here specific. Around the 15th, well, we do have, like I said, Venus is moving forward on the 16th, but around that 15th, it feels like there's new money coming in or something that you've had that maybe you cash in on. So it could be anything from the sale of something that you've had, something that you've been waiting for a good price to sell. It could be that stock that you finally go ahead and sell and you get the money in for. It could be a house that you sell. But I just see you selling something. And by the way, when Mercury's retrograde, that's a great time to sell big ticket items. Not a great time to buy them, but it's definitely a good time to sell them. So if you have something big to sell, that would be a good time to market it, right? November 16th, those couple of weeks, and to sell it then. Okay, so anything about your health? Let's look at Virgo's health. You may have, for some of you, I feel like it just, like my eyes are burning, my throat's a little bit sore, I'm a little bit tired. It could just be a little bit of feeling run down. Just like run down, like you've been doing a lot, you've been keeping up a big pace, and I feel a little run down. And for some of you, you could be a little disappointed in maybe some of your family members and how they've treated you, or feeling a little bit like on the outside, feeling a little bit left out, feeling a little bit hurt. And I feel like that could have taken a toll on your health as well, feeling a little bit alone or isolated. So you just want to pay attention to that. The other thing that's coming up is my hand, and getting some pain in my hand, in my fingers. So some of you may have some arthritis or just challenges with your hands, in which case, there's exercises, and there are, of course, doctors, and obviously There's lots of information out there about what to eat for your body to release inflammation and acidity so that you have more range of motion and all that sort of thing. So plenty of information out there for you to be able to get what you need for your physical health. Okay, let's look at anything unexpected, something out of the blue, if that is going to happen for you, Virgo, that you need to be aware of. Yeah, nice. There may be an invitation. In fact, it might be a wedding that shows up in November that you get invited to, and it feels really nice. It feels idyllic, and it just feels fun. And I feel really happy and for the people there and for yourself to participate in the joy. And it just feels like it's a really nice time to celebrate somebody's love. So I really like that moving forward. It does feel like more like it's like Thanksgiving weekend or beyond, that invite anyway that comes in. We do have the full moon in Gemini, which is November 23rd, and then we have Thanksgiving here in the U.S. So everybody have a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy November. Really enjoy the energy. Take good care of yourselves, Virgos. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. And if you like my intuitive astrology, please click like and share it with your friends and comment below. Have a great month, everybody.